He said that he's going to change the bandage, but can't do it right now because they got a surgery going on right now in the treatment area. He said he didn't want to open that up, with it as infected as it is. But he said, if y'all just want to visit for a little while.
Yeah, we're videoing. This is Hero Lee, and he started the videography for Paws, and so we're trying. This whole thing with Ambrose only happened because one person or a couple saw this little dog tied to a fence out in the country somewhere, and they were going to go do a good deed and untie him. And then when they got closer, they saw his horrible injuries. Instead of walking off and leaving him there, they took him to the shelter. And then Amber saw him and knew he was young and thought maybe he should have a chance to live and be adopted and see love. So she called Terry Whalen. And Terry, being the big-hearted person that she is, went to see him. She called Jenny Hill. She called me, and she said, I have to take him to the vet. And of course, we both were on board completely. And even though we didn't have money, we knew it would happen. And then I met her at the vet, and we met him, which then put your heart into it so much more. And then all the people all over the place who don't even know me or Terry or Amber, but they saw him and what human beings had done to him, and they donated money. And so far, right now, there's almost $1,500 donated for him. All because one person stopped and said, this is not right. So it's been all this group of people together making decisions and steps to get him to a safe place, and then all of the other people out there who are willing to help him stepped up to pay for his medical needs. It's really kind of like a miracle.
Late in the afternoon of Friday, February 21st, a man and his stepson, as they were driving to their new residence, they saw something out of the corner of their eye, and lo and behold, there was a dog tied to a fence. The dog was in very bad shape.
His eye was out, and his leg was, the bones were cut entirely all the way through, which made his paw huge with infection. He felt so bad that he just looked like he'd given up on everything. He just didn't move.
They immediately put him in intensive care and began the process of dealing with his injuries. He's had 2 major surgeries so far. The leg was removed. A week later, the following Monday, his eye was removed. He'd been subjected to long-term brutalization at the hands of dog fighters.
And this is just such an outrage that anyone would let this happen to another animal. He may have been trained to be a fighter dog, we don't know, but he didn't fight. And so he wound up being a bait dog.
Well, Elizabeth, obviously this case fits the bill for animal cruelty, but after further investigation, officials say that the young pup showed signs of either being used to fight or as a bait dog in a dogfighting ring. Meet Ambrose. He's a young pit bull once trapped in an apparent dogfighting ring.
Every citizen in our community and our state should be outraged by what this dog represents.
which is the true face of wildfire.
Concerned citizens came to his rescue after they found him tied to a fence, starving and fighting for his life.
He has a mass of scars on his head and face indicative of other fights that he'd been in, but he was not a fighter. He's a lover, as you can see. And that was really his penalty for being a lover. He ends up being brutalized like this.
As a result of his injuries, vets had to amputate his leg and remove his eye. Ambrose is now in foster care for the remainder of his treatments, but will soon be looking for a new home.